Star Fox, one of Nintendo's most well-known franchises, and a franchise that, according to most people, has taken a flying nosedive right off the Grand Canyon. Fox has been mostly kept alive through Super Smash Bros. At this point. He's been in every game alongside Falco and Wolf, but other than Smash Bros. In the last decade, we've had Star Fox Adventures, Star Fox Command, Star Fox Zero, different developers, different styles, different vibes, trying new things, trying old things, re-releasing stuff. The Star Fox series today is just kind of a mediocre stew of, you know, with the stuff you get at the restaurant that you're like, it's in front of me, I'll eat it, I guess. Probably not gonna order it ever again. Really nothing to write home about, and it's probably why anybody under the age of 18 at this point sees Fox in Super Smash Bros. And is like, what game is that guy from again? But there was a time, ladies and gentlemen, there was a time long ago when the world was young, before climate change was a hoax perpetrated by the Chinese, when the only thing that we had to worry about from our world leaders was that they might be getting a little bit of a handy in the Oval Office. A time before Day 1 DLC. A time before developers only cared about the frame rates of their games. A time before loot boxes. Surprise mechanics.
What you'll find is that this is something people enjoy. They enjoy surprises.
A time when Star Fox was a big deal. And that's what we're talking about in this video here today, ladies and gentlemen. The golden age of Star Fox. Now, it all started in 1993. Star Fox, the original one, was released in stores, and as people slowly trickled in to pick it up, check it out, see what all the buzz was about, they would soon realize that things would never be the same. Until Sega did the same thing a year later, but that's completely off topic. The game was amazing. I mean, just look at this, man. You weren't seeing anything ever like this on a console anywhere at the time. Nintendo had been cooking up something called the Super FX chip with Argonaut Games. Took those old busted up 16-bit graphics and gave us polygons. Revolutionary for the time, and it just exploded people's brains, you know? Pixel art was out, 3D was in, and the Star Fox legacy was born. A flying rail shooter in space with animals. Obviously, clearly, a winning video game formula. I have no idea why nobody had thought of this before, to be completely honest with you. And Nintendo had struck a little bit of a gold streak with the game, you know. It was being received really well. It was critically acclaimed. Metacritic gave it an 88. So, you know, it was passing its courses, and instantly, obviously, as any video game developer would or should when seeing a game with success like this, they said to themselves, let's make another one. And the little Nintendo gnomes were at it again. The whips were cracking, Shigeru Miyamoto was doing whatever he does, and Star Fox 2 was in the works. It was gonna have all the good stuff from the first game, and on top of that, more good stuff, because it's the second one. Open arena levels, Star Wolf dogfights, multiplayer, better graphics. It was shaping up to seem like the next best thing since grilled cheese sandwiches. But it hit a little bit of a snag. It was in production, scheduled to be released at a time that was very close to a special birthday that a lot of you might be particularly familiar with. September 26, 1996, the Nintendo 64 was brought gracefully into this world. 2 pounds and 7 ounces, a healthy, beautiful little baby boy of a console. And whilst Shigeru Miyamoto was pregnant with the young child, he proclaimed forth to all of Nintendo, Star Fox 2's gonna be on this shit. Fuck the Super Nintendo. And so it was. Shigeru Miyamoto gets what Shigeru Miyamoto wants. Star Fox 2 became Star Fox 64. Easily the most iconic game in the Star Fox series. The peak, the zenith, the one that everybody looks at and is like, yeah, dude, shit really went downhill after that. A game so amazing that if you put it as a B-tier title on an N64 Twitter tier list, you'll get called a monster for doing so. The game borrowed a ton of stuff from Star Fox 2. Most of it, actually, aside from the graphics, it was pretty much the same game apparently. And it's considered to be one of the greatest games of all time, according to Wikipedia. And you know, Wikipedia, you can't dispute that. Another super intense rail shooting space opera masterpiece, building perfectly on the momentum of the first game, fighting your way through the various branching paths of the galaxy headed towards the evil dictatorial Andros to end his reign. Basically Star Wars. And fun fact, it was the first game ever to institute the Rumble Pack. So, I mean, this series was super revolutionary, man. The first game brought 3D to the console gaming table. Star Fox 64 had the controller rumble a little bit when you hit things. Pretty big stuff. Pretty big stuff. And of course, my favorite part of Star Fox 64, and of any game, really, to be completely honest with you, the music, composed in part by Koji Kondo, the mad, eccentric musical genius of Nintendo himself. Each one of these tasty little musical nuggets perfectly embodies the vibe and ambiance of exactly what these levels should sound like. I mean, who is supposed to know what the soundtrack should be for flying through a lava planet in order to fight an oversized fire ant? Koji Kondo knows, apparently. And from that point onward, the airtight controls, the revolutionary rail shooting gameplay mechanics, the masterfully crafted soundtrack, Star Fox 64 was finally wedged inside the eternal alpha and omega of the Nintendo 64 games catalog. An instant classic catapulting Fox McCloud and friends into the Nintendo Hall of Fame and putting the perfect cherry on top of the golden age of Star Fox. Things kind of went downhill from there, as I was saying before. You know, the series kind of had a hard time finding its footing. Star Fox Adventures, Star Fox Command, Star Fox Zero, all really lackluster titles. I mean, I feel personally like a part of the problem is that it's tough to innovate on a rail shooting game over and over and over, but you know, that's just my opinion on the matter. And at the end of the day, you know, I just wanted to make a video to honor the good times, you know, the salad days, the golden age of Star Fox. And I think that I'll leave you there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you made it all the way to the end here, I appreciate you. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you have any cool memories about Star Fox or any of that kind of stuff. And make sure to like the video, subscribe, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And I hope to see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye-bye.